So today we're going to be looking at this homebrew that took me to infinite this season. I'll first be giving a quick overview on how this deck operates before diving deeper into card choices, possible replacements, and then showcase some featured matches using this exact list. The general game plan behind Surfer decks involves playing as many 3-cost cards as we can before playing Silver Surfer to buff them all up on the final turn of the game. The 3-cost cards themselves usually offer us some sort of protection, help us disrupt our opponent's plans, simply provide a high amount of power for what they cost, especially after being buffed by our support cards. Now let's go over card choices. Starting with America Chavez. While we don't know what card she's gonna buff when we play her, the ideal candidates to hit are either Brood, Sebastian Shaw, or Absorbing Man, as these three end up doubling or even tripling the buff given by Chavez. She's best played as early as possible, but if we do draw into her later on in the match, we can always play her with Hope Summers on turn 4 to help us play 2 3-cost cards going into turn 5. Forge follows the same mindset as America Chavez, with the main difference being the agency we have in who we want the buff to go to. There's no shame in playing him as soon as turn 2 if we also have Brood or Shaw already in our hand. Quake is our first utility card in the deck, and she was quite the cube stealer as I was ranking up. There were games where she might as well have been a vanilla 2-3 with no ability, but when she was given game-winning locations like Bar with No Name and the Nexus, yeah, you can just imagine how good it felt to completely pull the rug from under their feet. However, she is our first card that can be replaced with another utility card. My top 4 would be Okoye to supplement our buffing strategy, Jeff to go into hard-to-reach locations, Scarlet Witch for an alternate way to mess with locations, and Shadow King to provide some cheap counterplay against buff-reliant decks. Brood is essential to any Silver Surfer deck as it provides 3 bodies for just 1 card, which not only helps triple every buff it receives, but also provides some utility in the form of protection to the copies that it adds to certain locations. Some examples include Death's Domain and Luke's Bar to name a few. We also include Mobius to help us stop quite a few decks that rely on cost reduction to win games. Some of the most popular picks today include cards like Zabu, Loki, Sarah, and Mockingbird. And as a bonus, we get to bypass the dreaded Dream Dimension from ruining our turn 5 play. Nakia naturally fits into this deck as she is both a 3-cost card for the purposes of Silver Surfer, but also buffs the cards in her hand. We want to play her ideally when we have Brood, Sebastian, or Absorbing Man in hand for the biggest reward. Now we're getting into the spiciness of the deck. The addition of Hope Summers gives this build the ability to play 2 of our 3-cost cards on turn 5, or a 3 and a 4-cost card on turn 6. This means that we're able to both shut down a lane with Shang-Chi while also buffing our strongest lane with Silver Surfer, or alternatively, we can place Silver Surfer into Absorbing Man to give all of our 3-cost cards plus 4 power, which is hard to come by in Marvel Snap. Our final utility card is Luke Cage, and I chose this one for my climb to help protect my cards from afflictions, especially where Brood is concerned, as afflictions also have triple the effectiveness on it. High Evolutionary was also very popular that week as well, so it came in clutch when their Cyclops hit the board in a lane that I was already contesting. But as with Quake, there are quite a few options to fit your needs here as well. My top 4 would be Rogue if you're going up against a lot of ongoing decks, Gladiator for his high stat line, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead or Cosmo for some game-winning lockdown potential. Before diving into the matches, the last card that deserves a highlight is Absorbing Man. We mainly use him to copy Brood's effect, which will add buffed up copies of Brood into his lane. This is why we also benefit from buffing him as well. And as we previously went over, he's also great as acting as our second Silver Surfer to buff up all our 3-cost cards, which also includes the Surfer himself. If I've helped you in any way so far, hitting the like button and subscribing goes a long way in helping the channel. Thank you and enjoy the matches. Titan the Yaphet. What's up, dude? Okay, Baxter building. Nothing to really play. Ooh, okay. That would have been bad if we would have had America Chavez and played that there. Daredevil, okay. They're rocking the newly buffed up Guardians. Always happy to see that. They've been neglected for quite a while now. So we actually drew into Nakia, which is going to give our Shaw and Absorbing Man that much needed power. Let's start threatening Baxter building, putting some stuff on the board. Wow, okay. We're just dodging bullets today. Okay, so we have Jubilee, which is interesting. I guess it, it could get rid of their Negasonic. Do we really want to go there to that right location? Maybe. We could do, or we could do like Hope Summers. Let's see, if we do Jubilee, I mean, it won't really get us anything. We don't really have any high power targets. It would just be to make sure we get rid of Negasonic's ability. Okay, Groot. Yep. And Nebula. I'm really not interested in that location. Okay. Well, right now, I mean, it's looking like Forge into Shaw. Forge is going to give that extra 2 to Shaw, making it really threatening to that left location for them. And yeah, we're going to have to see how we contest the middle location. They did snap, so they're pretty confident about their play going into this. Okay. Drax. Okay. I mean, all right. Let's see. So we have 7, and it looks like Surfer into Absorbing Man is the play. It would be 14. I mean, what can they honestly have to beat 14? They don't have priority, so there's no Alliance threat. I don't know. I think they're overestimating here. I mean, don't really see what they can do here. Uh-oh. Miss Marvel. Yeah, they should have known we were going to go for the Surfer play. And, yeah, I also misspoke on Blue Marvel. There was, yeah, there was just nothing they could have done there that I can think of. Titan the Yafet. Good game, man. Ishimura, what's going on, man? Vibranium Mines. First location. Okay, so we have America Chavez, which is exactly what we want turn 1. We don't have either Shaw or Brood in hand, so that's great. Hopefully she gets a hit either one of those. Okay, Meek. All right, let's gather a little bit more information. Apocalypse. Ooh, okay. How's the nerf been treating you, Apocalypse players? That -2 probably doesn't do much if you're just going into Dracula, I bet. Okay, so we have a sewer system, so that's an advantage. Since we have Luke Cage. I think the best thing to do here is to set up Hope Summers. We practically have everything we need in our hand. We can do Hope Summers. This is why I'm probably comfortable doing it here on Vibranium Mines instead of White Palace, because the collector can be a problem, especially if they decide to MODOK. So we're going to set up Hope Summers into Luke Cage. Yeah, into Luke Cage. And Forge into Brood on turn 5. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is a really great hand. So what we're aiming to do is Silver Surfer into Absorbing Man turn 6 using Hope Summers, giving us that extra energy. So we have 6 to spend, so Vibranium Mines is cool right here in the middle, Forge on the left, and Brood on the right. We could definitely slap on that. They're really committing to the middle location, and I'm glad we avoided that. That Morbius, even with the Modok play, is gonna be a little hard for them to beat us there. Let's see. There it is. Okay. That Morbius is probably going to get another 2 from Dracula, which is going to be 16. And what else did they discard? I just want to make sure. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that they didn't discard any Swarm, right? So that's going to be at least 16 on their end with Morbius. So let's go ahead and do Surfer into Absorbing Man. We're going to put Surfer on the right just because it's going to be able to get buffed by Absorbing Man. Oh, okay. Double Morbius. Yeah, they chose to commit to the left. Yeah, we got him. Oh no. Human Torch. So I think what helped us the most in this game was scoping out where they wanted to put their points in the middle right off the bat, and choosing to set up the left location so that, well, the left into the right, so that we were able to just power those down and end the game. Ishimura, good game, man. Dubang, what's up? Okay, we have Forge, which we can go into Brood, which we can go into Absorbing Man. This is pretty nice. We probably don't need to use Hope Summers. We are going to play a little bit greedy and opt to play Forge after in order to play Nakia first. Just so we can buff up Brood. Uh-oh. Not worth. Okay. All right. So there goes that. Sokovia, just... You've entered the no fun zone. Yeah, I could still see us doing like Hope Summers. Okay. Warhead. Our Brood can get rid of Negasonic's ability, which is nice. Or we could opt to do the Silver Surfer into Absorbing Man combo turn 6. I do like that quite a bit too. Forge. Let's Forge here. I know it's not really optimal, like we're just letting 2 energy slide. But we kind of make up for it by being able to play 2 6-cost cards, or 2 3-cost cards on turn 5. So I'm not like too bummed out about that. What we're gonna do is play Blue Case first and then Brood. Just to challenge that location, because it's a very weak location that they have. In the middle location, they can always play something big and strong, and then we, you know, what can we do? Yes, we have Brood there, but it's not the tallest play, so... Okay. They're obviously playing something maybe Hela based. Black good cards, Black Knight, perhaps. So this is why we set it up that way. You know, we got rid of that Brood. Rather, they got rid of the Brood, so we don't have to worry about getting hit with anything else. And our best play here would be Surfer into Absorbing Man. For sure. Yeah, that way we have... They retreated. Okay. Yeah, odds are they just didn't have Hela. They probably had like a Magneto or something. They knew what was coming going into turn 7. So good on them for recognizing that it was going to be hard to beat. The way we planned it out was just in terms of what they had, because since they only had 4 on the right location, we didn't need as much. So that's why we opted to do 20 there on the right and 24 on the left, because they did have slightly bigger numbers at 8. Anyways, do bang. Good game, dude. Rock Czar. What's going on? Okay, Black Vortex. Well, that's you know, obvious play. Scar. Okay, we'll take it. So okay, we hit Nakia with Chavez. That's still fine. You know, she still ends up being a what, like a 1/4. Our turn 3 play should be pretty obvious. I think we're gonna go with Nakia to buff up Brood. Their Black Vortex play was slightly better than ours, but it's okay. Okay, so things changed a little bit. We have Hope Summers now. So if we play Hope Summers into Nakia turn 4, then we'll be able to play 2 3-cost cards. Since this is a deck highlighting Summers, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so they did the Brood play as well. Looking like we're also playing a Silver Surfer, but let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and play Nakia here. So what we can do is... Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I got you. So let's do... I'm thinking Brood into Quake, just to stop them from playing anything else on Black Vortex. We'll still keep our Brood. Yes, it's not ideal to have a full location, because then your opponent gets to know exactly what you're doing, but I have a better idea. Let's Brood into Quake. We'll lose we'll lose Brood himself, but at the very least we'll still be able to Silver Surfer into Absorbing Man on turn 6. So I like that play. And the reason why I want to go into doing Quake there is to Blue Marvel. Okay. All right, so they opted to just commit there, so little plan failed there, but that's okay. So we have 8 now to spend, so what we're gonna do is Surfer into Absorbing Man is the only play, really. I mean, I don't expect an Alliath from this sort of deck. It's always a possibility, right? Yeah. That's the best play there. Mystique. Okay. Okay. Into Surfer. Oh, nice. Okay. No, I think they got us here for sure. Yeah, they got us. Wow, very nice play. Very nice deck. Good game, Roxar. Yeah, I think the Quake gamble obviously didn't pay off. If we had, let's say done Luke Cage instead, because we did have 6 energy on turn 5. Yeah, it would have definitely won the right location, but in terms of, yeah, no, they definitely had us. The extra energy, the destroyer, giving them, you know, 5 extra points than we had, all kind of helped. As you can see, we literally lost the left location by 4 points. That's the difference between a Scar and a destroyer. The Altar of Death not shifting around. Since they had priority, Quake just wasn't worth it at that point. But the idea was, hey, since Dazzler's there, let's prevent them from even filling that late in the first place. But they had other ideas. Yeah, solid deck. Good game, man. Remember me No, but nice to meet you again. Oscorp Tower, Dev's Domain. What is this? Okay. Let's see. We could like just give him Forge. Like it's fine. That extra 2 points. We don't really need to really do much here. We're gonna pass. I want to see what they do here. What in the world? Okay. I'm pretty sure we could just take their stuff. But that Rocket Raccoon as a 1 is not really that crazy. They're probably going to play on the right location too. Okay. Yeah, I mean, very awkward set of locations. At least we'll be able to play into Oscorp Tower now. So let's do Nakia and Chavez. At least with Dev's Domain, like I'm not too worried. Because we can just draw into Brood. A powered up version. Ooh. We have 6 to spend, but how do we go about this? I think Mobius into Forge is probably it. Because if we have a 50% chance of drawing into Brood or Shaw. So hopefully we get Brood and we'll be able to claim Dev's Domain in the middle. And that should give us the edge we need. Gamora? Yep. We do have Shang-Chi. We do have 7 power now. We didn't draw into Luke Cage, but... Rather, we didn't draw into Brood, but we did draw into Luke Cage. So this is an easy Shang-Chi in the left. And... we're going to keep Luke Cage there as well. I don't see them having... Let's see... 3... I don't see them beating 9. Especially when they're at -2, right? What if that's an Alioth, though? What if that's an Alioth? Okay. Alioth is very common in this sort of deck. Okay. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. That's all we can do. Yeah. Alioth, there it is. You know, if we had the time, we could have counted up the points and see who had the most points, but I was confident that, yeah, right location, resetting all those afflictions would have been nice. Remember me? Good game, man. Maybe I will remember you next time we fight.